more discussion on supply chain because I want things to be a bit, a revision session because the operation supply chain you've already done in second semester. More of operation management you have already done. But since supply chain is something, a new thing for you, so I want to take you to basic discussions with more insights on supply chain thing. So now our today's discussion will starts from what we have left yesterday. We discussed about good and service continuum, and where goods and services are blend together, and they are coming in the form of either a service or a good. Like we had discussion on restaurant products. While you enter into a restaurant and meal comes to you, so it is a service that is being delivered by the bearer, by the person who is actually responsible for delivering your order. But by and large, he is delivering a product to you. So it's a service delivered to you, right? But this service is meant to deliver a product. So it's a kind of continuum. Similarly, we talked about ITC aids based classroom teaching, where a classroom teacher is delivering a lecture with the aids more of physical products, right? Like LCD projectors and smart boards. And we have lot many other examples, right? So we have to understand now that operations could be of service industry based or in the form of a service, or maybe in the form of uh, manufacturing, or maybe the mix of both, right? Now we have to understand this operations or supply chain from the perspective of making decisions. So how many of you agreed that uh, we have to make various crucial decisions when we act as a supply chain manager or operation manager? And what are the possible decisions we normally take? Yeah, who will tell this? What kind of decisions? Let us take the shop floor first. When we struggle to have new product or number of units to be manufactured, let us take the perception of, right. Let us take the perception of or dilemma of a operation manager or a production manager. Tejas, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, just let me know what kind of decisions uh, operation manager in a sugar factory normally takes.
Sir, if I talk about the sugar industry, then the certain amount of chemicals required to produce the sugar and other things which are very crucial for the production is what amount of uh, sugar should be produced in a particular shift.
Okay, let me classify what he want. Tejas has said that what could be the possible ingredients while we manufacture sugar from sugarcane. Sugarcane is a raw material, right? And what could be the possible, intermediary material to be procured by the operation manager? From whom to procure is the biggest dilemma, right? Beside, so I'm differentiating it like Shalini has entered that raw material procurement, right? So raw material, where to come from which field we should take sugarcane from. So if suppose Tejas is an operation manager in a sugar factory, I'm sorry, sugar mill, and he has to make decisions. So primarily his decision is differentiated into four category. First is what kind of decisions, right? It means what? Which means that what type of activities what kind of activities he can do, what type of goods or services he can deliver to the system. Let me take an example to support this argument. So within the sugar, no, we may have different categories of sugar. Sugar with high quality sugar, which is sold at the rate of 100 rupees per kilogram into a very premium market, premium category. We may have the lowest category of the sugar, which is basically sugar residual, like a small piece, खंडित sugar, छोटे छोटे टुकड़े हैं उसके, जो बहुत ज़्यादा ordinary form में नहीं, which is sold to the market at the rate of suppose 40 rupees, right? And we have moderate level of sugar, which is to be sold to the market at 60 rupees, which is not very premium, not very dull, right? So it depends on what kind of quality of raw material you are using, right? So targeting upon the premium product, Tejas as a operation manager or production manager has to, in order to manufacture, there are a lot of factors involved, and one of the factor which is involved is what kind of raw material Tejas is going to use, right? So raw material procurement is one of the biggest challenge when it comes to what type of activity to be done, right? So Tejas has to make clear that for a particular category of the sugar, suppose premium alpha category of the sugar, he has to actually procure that type of raw material to feed this quality of raw material, right? Similarly, what kind of processes to be involved, it is also an important factor to be considered, right? So suppose by and large you have the common machine for alpha product category A or gamma product category C. For both of them, you are using the similar set of machines. The machine could be common, but the quality of the product could be different in terms of the outcome. So the what is first set of questions. What we are manufacturing, what quantity we have to manufacture, under what category we have to manufacture, category A, category B, category C. This is important actually, right? So as a manager, Tejas has to troubleshoot these questions. He has to make decisions on these questions. Second question which comes to his mind is how? How? And how is what? What is the process? Process of converting or transforming raw material into finished good. Process of converting sugarcane into sugar. So it's a process. Tejas, can you please brief on what is the process of converting, generic process of converting sugarcane into sugar, into a sugar factory?
Yes, sir. So firstly, the farmers uh, give their sugarcane to the sugar factory, and
Okay.
then uh, it it is installed into it is given into the crushing machines, which are very high uh, quality and very high quantity. And then after crushing the sugarcane, uh, the sugar syrup, which we call sugar juice, it is sent out in the production department, and then certain chemicals are mixed with these sugar syrup or molasses, and then it is converted into different grades of molasses that we call A heavy molasses and B heavy molasses. The sugar which we want to produce is uh, generally produced from B heavy molasses, and it is done through vacuum pan method. First, it is converted into gur, that is brown color powder, and then it is it is transferred into centrifugal machine, and then it is rotated into very high speed, and due to the tetrahedral structure of carbon, it is converted into sugar crystals. which is the natural phenomena of carbon.
Correct. True. So this is the standard process of converting sugar cane firstly into brown sugar and then into crystal sugar, white sugar. So, so now, as a depending upon the resources available, what kind of ingredients you are or chemical you are using, right? You have to obey the generic procedure. So, for the standard industries, like sugar is a traditional industry. The recent innovation which has happened into sugar industry, maybe 2-3 decades back, which is recent, right? So in that case, there is no much innovation is happening in terms of the processes. So Tejas as a operation manager is not very confused in terms of making decision of converting sugarcane into sugar. But if I replace Tejas, suppose Mahanti is another individual who is working for a mobile company, right? And he want to do the production of mobile phones. So his situation is different from Tejas' situation because Amit has to struggle a lot many of things like what could be the microprocessor to be clubbed in, whether it is X capacity microprocessor or X plus plus capacity microprocessor. What will be the PCB board configuration? What should be the memory configuration? What should be the camera to be intact? It is X megapixel or Y megapixel. So, or what could be the design? No, the phone is coming into a square shape or into a rectangular shape. There are a lot of things actually Mahanti has to take care of as a as a manager, as a production manager into a technical company, which is a high what do you call it, trend oriented or innovation based. So he is more into dilemmatic situation, whereas Tejas is not actually into a fix because when it comes to making decisions on how to make production, he's very clear because he is using a very traditional technique, which is almost 20-30 years old technique, a very traditional way of converting sugarcane into sugar. But when it comes to a company manager or operation manager into a very high tech, or a very innovation based industry like a telephone, mobile phone, mobile handset manufacturing, he has to actually opt for the recent changes. So he is more into a kind of dilemmatic situation. His decision should be very much uh, quality and risk free. Now, the third situation, third kind of decision, which normally a operation manager has to take care, falls under the category of when, right? That should be like when we should go for which product and what could be the volume of production. Like for instance, sugarcane, we during the time when the sugarcane production is high, when the farmer can give you a high yield in terms of number of raw material to be supplied, the production will be at the high volume because you have enough of raw material. So at the max capacity, at the optimum capacity, the production plant can run, and in accordance to that, you can produce optimum number of or optimum quantity of sugar as output. So actually, what I wanted to say that a operation manager normally take decision based on three questions. First is what, right? What to be manufactured, good or service, under what category to be manufactured, category A, category B, category C, right? What could be the how? Second question is how. How is what is the methodology? How I will which method I will use, which process I will use to convert the raw material into finished good. Third question is when, right? So if it's off season time, production approach is different. When it is on season time, production approach is different, right? So I'm taking some example and I'm asking you, Aziz, I'm asking you now. Suppose you are a toy manufacturer, right? Aziz, are you there? Can I ask you some question?
Yes, sir.
Right. You are a toy manufacturer. Any toy manufacturing company you are aware about?
So Barbie, that kind of.
Barbie is a product. I'm talking about
Okay, okay, okay.
manufacture.
So Hot Wheels,
Metal.
Hot Wheels, the production of.
Hot wheel is also a product.
Okay, so I don't know about the
कंपनी का नाम बताओ.
manufacturing
हाँ?
company. The
I'm asking
company,
about the man.
yeah,
Yeah. Metal.
metal.
कोई नाम बताओ
I
फिर क्वेश्चन
I
शुरू
have
करते हैं.
no idea, sir. I have no idea.
Okay, anyone will like to take this question? The question is a situation when a manager has to decide upon these three factors, right? What, how, and when. Now the question is to Shalini. I'm taking question to Shalini. Shalini, suppose you are an operation manager. You there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. You are an operation manager, right? You do manufacturing of suppose a product which is more popular during the season. I'm taking toys because in Western countries, the sales of toys at the high, it is at the high level when the season come. And what is the season in the Western countries? Western countries, the season is season for exchange of gifts to the kids or to the youngsters. Is a time when Christmas comes. So November,
Hmm.
December, January is a time when New Year celebration and Christmas, and they actually give have the Thanksgiving week when they actually exchange the gifts. The majority of American population or Western population is kids and youth. They exchange gifts, right? And normally for the kids, soft toy or a similar kind of small what do you call it? Toys could be a possible gifts to be. So the companies like Archie's or companies like Metal, they are into manufacturing of these small toys and all. So for them, season is these 3 months: November, December, January, right?
Yes, sir.
So
So that the season becomes when to produce, because that is
yes.
the peak time where the customer will be more, the demand will be more. So that is the question of when. Third point.
So the third point is when. Yes. So
When.
in that
Then.
case,
Hmm.
yeah. Let me assist you on this.
Okay.
Suppose your target market, the sales to be made is December and January. So you have to manufacture your product much before that because it takes time to invent them into inventory and to get them packed before that. So your production should be happen ideally happened in the month of October, November, and much September, October, November rather, right? So September, October, November, these 3 months will be the high production time for you when you manufacture maximum to the production capacity. The companies, for example, Archie's or Watermark, Hallmark, these companies normally manufacture cards to feed November, December, and January months, which is a seasonal time. They will do prior manufacturing much ahead, 3 months before the season time. So their production will be at high during the month of September, October, and November. Is it okay with everyone? So when for Archie's, when is the month of September, October, November, which is the high time for them, and they can increase their activities or volume of production. Shalini, are you with me on this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, next two questions are still there in the mind of Shalini as an operation manager. What to produce and how to produce. Now, what to produce is something, I mean, posing this question to you now. What to produce? So let us take an example of Archie's. Are you aware about Archie's?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What Archie's deals into?
So it basically deals into various gifts, like it can be any type of gifts, like any statue or any kind of scenery or any kind of, like we give gifts to our friends, family. It deals in every kind of gifts.
So in that case, not all gifts they manufacture themselves, right? They manufacture cards and few of the proprietary material, and rest of the gifts they procure from someone else and market them by their name. Agreed? So now the question is what they do, what they have to manufacture, what kind of cards they have to manufacture. I hope that you, because most of the people in this class are boys, they already gifted cards to someone during the times, so they can understand the value of a card, of a greeting card, especially. So when the season comes, they actually do the production at the maximum, but for the normal time also, Archies maintain, right, the shelves with regular cards, greeting cards, seasonal cards, and few of the proprietary material they normally arrange from their proprietary suppliers. How they manufacture card through a process. We have a defined process for manufacturing the card, right? It is like any piece of a stationery product that stationery manufacturing companies manufacture, right? So I think Shalini, we lost Shalini. We are not able
No,
to.
sir. No, sir.
Shalini
I'm
there?
here. I'm here.
Shalini, let us talk about the question of what and how. How these two things are being, catered by Archie's operation manager.
Okay, so what kind of product? First is what kind of product to be manufactured is like talking about the cards, gift cards. So the birthday card, birthday wishes card that are should be like they are produced equal distribution is there in the production because that is not seasonal. But in case of the card like New Year card and this Christmas card, they are particularly for a specific season. So that time at the month of like December, the demand is high. So the Archies will start gathering or start stocking its inventory from like November or from October last. So that is for the what question. Then how to produce? Then how to produce will totally dependent on how the resources will be allocated. Like if any person wants a card with the music and with any other like teddy bear, then they will go along with that.
So correct, right. You rightly understood and rightly explained that. Manish Salal, what are you fond of? तुमको क्या पसंद है? Manish Salal, are you there? Yeah. Tell me the favorite product you like. Mobile. So you are the operation manager with MI. I'm making you Manu Jain. You are Manu Jain. Okay. Manu Jain is the CEO of MI India. I am Indore pass out. So you are Manu Jain now. Let me know how you maintain the operations. Unmute yourself and answer me 3 questions. How you make decisions in context to what, in context to how, and in context to when.
हेलो
Hmm.
ये सर क्या सर आपके 3 क्वेश्चंस क्या थे सर कैन यू
हाँ, एक
रिपीट
एक करके
प्लीज
एक एक करके
हाँ
लो
सर
उसे. तो मनु मनु जैन उस समय मनु जैन
ये
एमआई के सीईओ हैं, तुम्हें पता होगा,
ये सर
राइट? अब मुझे 3 क्वेश्चंस के आंसर देने हैं क्योंकि मनु मनु जैन स्ट्रगल करते होंगे हमेशा इन 3 क्वेश्चंस को लेके एज अ ऑपरेशन मैनेजर.
यस
व्हेन,
सर
हाउ एंड व्हाट. तो एमआई को सबसे बड़ा स्ट्रगल क्या करना पड़ रहा है अभी?
सर व्हाट टू प्रोड्यूस आई थिंक क्योंकि से
क्या?
मतलब मार्केट में से इतनी सारी वैरायटी हो चुकी है तो उनको अपना जो नेक्स्ट प्रोडक्ट वो शायद से लॉन्च करना चाहेंगे तो ऐसा चाहेंगे कि जो लेस प्राइस में वो ज़्यादा इनोवेटिव होके कस्टमर्स को दे सके.
एमआई को जो सबसे पहले स्ट्रगल अभी करना पड़ रहा है, दैट इज टू मेक देयर प्रोडक्ट्स विद इन इंडिया, because
अच्छा
recently
हाँ
government has discouraged. Yes, so now they have to make their product in India, so they have to look forward for Indian
सर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग
production partners. Yeah, Indian
ओके
manufacturing partners. Very right, good. So Indian suppliers को ढूंढेंगे सबसे पहले.
यस सर
और supplier को
सर
ढूंढते हुए क्या 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 डायनेमिक्स ध्यान में रखोगे?
सर मीन्स प्रोडक्ट्स जो मतलब चिपसेट वगैरह जो लगता है उनका मतलब सर नॉलेज लेना पड़ेगा पूरा कि कैसे होगा कहाँ से
कहाँ से
मतलब
होगा,
उनको रॉ
कैसे होगा?
मटेरियल मतलब सर रॉ
हाँ,
मटेरियल कहाँ से मिलेगा
इकोनॉमी
कहाँ से मतलब
देखोगे उसकी?
सारी कहाँ से मतलब
इकोनॉमी भी तो
कहाँ
देखोगे.
सर इकोनॉमी भी देखनी पड़ेगी.
कॉस्ट देखनी पड़ेगी कितनी लग रही है, बिकॉज ताइवान से लाना सस्ता पड़ रहा था,
हम्म
चाइना से लाना सस्ता पड़ रहा था. अब यहाँ पर आपको
हाँ
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करनी है तो यू हैव टू आल्सो सी द परमुटेशन वेदर इट इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ प्राइस इट इज कॉम्पिटिटिव इनफ और नॉट. ठीक है,
हाँ तो
चलो.
मतलब ये सर
राइट. अब पहले क्वेश्चन पे आते हैं, व्हेन. वैन का आंसर
When-
दो। हाँ
सर डिपेंड करता है सर, मतलब अगर जैसे भी मार्केट में जैसे लोग अभी वो कर नहीं रहे हैं, एमआई वगैरह के प्रोडक्ट यूज कर नहीं रहे, तो शायद से उनको कुछ टाइम वेट करके जो इनकी अभी नई पॉलिसीज वगैरह अगर चेंज होती हैं तो उसका वेट करना चाहिए आई थिंक।
ओके, सो आपके अकॉर्डिंग उन्होंने अपना प्रोडक्शन डेफर कर दिया। ओके, सो व्हेन इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, व्हेन इज वेटिंग फॉर
यस
द
सर।
राइट टाइम। सो
यस सर।
प्रोबेबली फॉर नेक्स्ट 3 months द प्रोडक्शन इज at the normal capacity, it's not at the optimum capacity।
यस
मिनिमम
सर।
बना रहे हैं।
हाँ
ठीक है,
सर, अभी थोड़ा
नॉर्मल
उनको
मीनिंग
दो,
मिनिमम बना रहे
हाँ मिनिमम पे रखना चाहिए सर।
हैं। ओके, हाउ वाला डिसीजन बताना। हाउ
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 हाउ टू प्रोड्यूस और हाउ टू।
सो अभी जो पहला हमने डिस्कस किया था ना कि नाउ सिंस पीएम मोदी गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग नो नो वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू अलाउ इम्पोर्ट, so
यस सर।
anyone who is doing business in India has to manufacture on its own
ऑन
or
इट्स ओन।
through
यस सर।
Indian suppliers। So here comes
यस
the
सर।
question of how we can do it, how we can produce in India। So looking forward for our local suppliers is the answer to that।
यस सर।
And for what question, what type of decisions?
सर मीन सर मार्केटिंग डिसीजंस और प्रोडक्शन डिसीजन।
अब तुमने एमआई के वेरिएंट्स देखे होंगे, कई कई प्रोडक्ट्स बड़े महंगे हैं, प्रीमियम कैटेगरी के हैं, कई सस्ते प्रोडक्ट हैं।
यस
Depends on
सर।
the material they are being used। So
यस सर।
what kind of question talks about what type of activities and what type of product variety you are actually giving to the market, right?
सर मेरे हिसाब से तो मतलब एमआई को दोनों ही अपने वेरिएंट देखने पड़ेंगे, उनका जो प्रीमियम वो है वो भी और जो चीप वर्जन है वो भी, दोनों में उनको
Exactly।
ध्यान देना होगा सर, क्योंकि ये तो किसी एक वेरिएंट को छोड़ नहीं सकते ना।
Obviously very right।
हम्म।
ये it goes with to any company actually। जैसे अभी
यस सर।
तेजस वाली कंपनी में भी सेम है, वो शुगर
यस
दो
सर।
क्वालिटी का रहता होगा। एक बेसिकली
हाँ एक।
अप कंट्री माल होता होगा जो लोकल बेचा जाता है, दूसरा
यस
जो
सर।
आप प्रीमियम बड़े लोगों को बेचते हो, अमीर लोगों को बेचते हो, जो जिनकी पेइंग
यस
कैपेसिटी
सर।
ज्यादा है, जो
यस सर।
क्यूब्स बड़े क्यूब्स प्रेफर करते हैं, राइट?
यस
So
सर।
it goes with every industry, very right। So let us move ahead now। Let me take the next topic। Thank you, Manish। Let me take the
वेलकम
next
सर।
topic now। Thank you। Let me take to few terminologies which we frequently use into operations and supply chain. And the first terminology is activity। Activity, what does it mean? Anyone will like to call Satyam? Satyam, क्या होता है activity? बताओ।
हेलो।
Yes, बोलो बोलो, आंसर दो।
सर कोई भी जैसे कंपनी इन्वॉल्व होती है सर, जैसे प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस में,
हम्म।
तो सर उसी का मतलब डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज इन्वॉल्व होती है सर, शायद उसको कहते हैं सर।
एक्टिविटी मतलब होता है सिंपल, हाउ मेनी नंबर्स,
ओके
कितनी यूनिट बना रहे हैं,
ओके
कितना
सर।
वॉल्यूम बना रहे हैं, उसको एक्टिविटी बोला जाता
यस
है
सर।
ना?
यस
जैसे
सर।
कोई हॉस्पिटल है, वो 140 बेड का हॉस्पिटल है,
यस सर।
तो एक टाइम पे कितने कितने पेशेंट्स रख सकता है अपने हॉस्पिटल हॉस्पिटल में? वो 140। तो एक्टिविटी कितना है
यस
हमारा?
सर।
140 बेड्स। कोई सिनेमा हॉल है
यस
जिसमें
सर।
100 लोग आ सकते हैं एक टाइम पे, तो एक शो में कितनी सीट
यस
बुक
सर।
कर सकते हो आप? 100 सीट्स,
100 सीट सर।
है ना? तेजस जिस शुगर फैक्ट्री में है, वो एक दिन में 100 क्विंटल बना सकती है,
यस
क्विंटल
सर।
एक यूनिट मान लो, तो
यस सर।
100 क्विंटल इज देयर एक्टिविटी। इज
यस
इट?
सर। यस
बर्तवाल
सर।
जिस कंपनी में है, वो एक दिन में सपोज 1000 आर्चिस के कार्ड प्रिंट कर सकते हैं, तो 1000
यस
क्या
सर।
है? उसकी एक्टिविटी लेवल है। इज इट?
एक्टिविटी लेवल। यस सर।
एक्टिविटी तीन तरह की होती है।
यस सर।
एक्टिविटी होती है नॉर्मल एक्टिविटी,
यस सर।
जो आप नॉर्मल कोर्स में प्रोड्यूस करते हो, राइट? जब मार्केट में आपके प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड बढ़ जाती है सीजन के टाइम पे, तो आप एक्टिविटी लेवल चेंज करके नॉर्मल से मैक्सिमम कर देते हो। तो दूसरी कैटेगरी
यस
क्या
सर।
है हमारे पास? मैक्सिमम कैपेसिटी और मैक्सिमम एक्टिविटी। और तीसरी कैटेगरी या तीसरा लेवल होता है लोएस्ट। जब मार्केट में
यस
मंदी होती है, जैसे मनीष अभी बता रहे थे, मार्केट में मंदी चल रही है, एमआई को थोड़ा सेंसिबली बिहेव करना पड़ेगा, तो वहां पर आप लोएस्ट कैटेगरी वाले सेक्शन में काम करोगे, लोएस्ट प्रोडक्शन करोगे, ताकि आपकी फैक्ट्री बंद ना हो, चलता रहे काम।
यस
एक्टिविटी
सर।
होती है नॉर्मल एक्टिविटी, मैक्सिमम
हाँ।
एक्टिविटी एंड मिनिमम
और
एक्टिविटी। इज इट क्लियर टू
मिनिमम
एवरीवन?
एक्टिविटीज।
यस।
यस सर।
ऋषभ, आर यू क्लियर विद दिस? ऋषभ नेगी, ऋषभ समझ में आ रहा है? ऋषभ,
यस सर।
चलो एक क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं तुमसे, पूछें? अबे यार नहीं, आंसर दो। पूछूं?
हेलो।
हाँ पूछ रहा हूँ क्वेश्चन में। ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन
यस
क्या
सर।
होता है? ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन।
यस सर, किसी चीज को चेंज करना, उसमें चेंजेस लेके आने।
वेरी गुड वेरी गुड। तो रॉ मटेरियल से फाइनल गुड
यस
को बनाना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कहलाता है। ठीक है।
सर।
शुगर
यस
केन
सर।
से तेजस ने शुगर केन से शुगर बना दिया एक प्रोसेस को यूज
यस
करके,
सर।
तो वो
यस सर।
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कहलाएगा। ठीक है।
यस सर। यस
रॉ
सर।
मटेरियल से
ओके।
ट्रांसफॉर्म करके फिनिश गुड बनाना ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन
हाँ जी
कहलाता है।
सर।
ट्रांसफॉर्म करने को
यस
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन।
सर। यस सर।
राइट। सो
यस सर। राइट।
ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन एक प्रोसेस का रिजल्ट है।
यस सर।
ठीक है चलो।
ओके।
तो
Sir,
हम
sir,
पूछते हैं।
transformation and conversion are same.
Yes, yes. They are commonly used term. I'm just quoting one more thing just to support this. We have a term called process. Process is a set of activities that a system use to transform input into output. Right? So process incorporates different activities that transform input into output. Right, Shalini? Is it clear? So
Yes, sir. Yes,
transformation,
sir.
you clear? And the other term you were using is what was that term?
Sir, conversion.
Conversion is the same thing. Conversion is converting one form into another form. So the shape, size, dimension of sugarcane is no more because sugarcane is now converted into cubes of sugar. Right? So transformation is a conversion process where we convert one form of raw material into another form, which is the output, the finished good. Is it clear to you, Shalini?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any doubts on any doubts? Okay, no doubts. So we have processes to understand. Process, as I've said, that process is a set of system of activities that transform or convert input into valuable output. Valuable in the sense that you can sell them. They have the value. You can sell them commercially. Manish, are you clear with this? Manish Singh. Manish Singh.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now let us understand one more thing. Please note it down. ये recorded भी हो रहा है तो बाद में you can use it, but you can note down parallelly and ask the questions if you're stuck somewhere. We have something called lean operations. Lean operation. What do you mean by lean? Who will tell this? Manish is probably Manish is not confident to answer this because it is very new term for him. Tejas could answer this. Tejas, what do you mean by the term lean? Tejas,
Yes, sir.
lean.
Sir, it is a
सर
system of organization by focusing on customer satisfaction.
No, 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 no. We are only concerned about अभी फैक्ट्री के अंदर ही हम कस्टमर कहीं नहीं है. अमित महंती, would you like to take this question? Lean.
Sir, it's as we talk about operations, then lean is mean eliminating the waste or uh, conservation.
No.
यानी waste कम करना production के समय.
Manish said the same thing, removal of waste within the process. Satyam said lean can set producing less goods and services. Partially right. Reduction of waste could be the aim of doing lean operation. Manish, you are also partially right. Okay, Shalini said minimum inputs, maximum output. Okay. So now let me take you to what is lean talk about. Lean
Yes,
means
sir.
while maximizing the levels of efficiency, right, by increasing the capability of your processes with less number of less amount of resources, you are able to achieve optimum output. Okay, let me take an example. Aziz has a field. He's a farmer, right? And he has 10 family members, including himself. 10 members of same age group who can, plot the field. But every human being has its capacity, as we know. So plugging the field before they start doing cultivation, fielding, seeding, and all, plugging is required, no? So everyone has a certain capacity. They can plug for 5 hours per head, and per day they can plug 5 hours per head, and there are 10 people, and the whole area is 100 hectares, suppose, or 100 meters. No, hectare बहुत बड़ा हो जाएगा. 100 meters, 100 by 100. So एक दिन में वो अपनी लिमिट क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते हैं, वो 20 मीटर्स को ही कर सकते हैं, राइट, कलेक्टिवली. यानी एक इंडिविजुअल 1 मीटर ब्लॉक कर सकता है. बट इफ दे इंट्रोड्यूस अ मशीन, अगर वो ट्रैक्टर लेके आ जाए तो ट्रैक्टर 15 मिनट में सारा काम कर सकता है, राइट. तो जो 10 लोग हैं उनको सपोज 100 रुपीज एक बार का दिया जाता है, पर दिन की दिहाड़ी दी जाती है, या अर्निंग है उनकी, कुछ भी ऐसा मान लीजिए. अगर वो अपने ओन्ड लैंड चला रहे हैं तब भी उनका कुछ ना कुछ आउटपुट निकाला गया होगा, तो 100 रुपीज मिलता है उनको. 20 लोग हैं तो 20 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 कितना हो गया? 2000. ठीक है. और अगर आप ट्रैक्टर अपॉइंट करते हो तो ट्रैक्टर आपका 1000 रुपये में नेक्स्ट 20 मिनट्स में पूरे के पूरे फील्ड को प्लॉग कर देगा, प्लॉगिंग कर देगा. तो विच रिसोर्स यू फाइंड मोर इकोनॉमिक? एनी आंसर? Are you going to do it mechanically yourself with your team, family members, जिनको आपको 100 रुपये देना पड़ता है, या आप 1000 रुपये देकर ट्रैक्टर ले लोगे? Who will answer this?
So the tractor one will be much better.
It's much better. It saves time and cost also. Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. Tractor is the best answer. Yes. So while putting lesser, through this smart answer, smart way of doing, plugging of the field, you are saving your resources. आपने 1000 रुपये बचा लिए अपने, और आपके जो रिसोर्सेज थे वो भी सेव्ड हो गए, उनको आप कहीं और यूज कर सकते हो. उनकी एनर्जी बची है, उस एनर्जी को आप किसी दूसरे काम में असाइन कर सकते हो. सो एक्चुअली यू अप्लाइड लीन ऑपरेशन इनटू दिस, बिकॉज आपने उस रिसोर्स का इस्तेमाल करा जो इस काम के लिए बना हुआ था, जिसको आपने हायर कर लिया या वो आपका ओन था. ट्रैक्टर की बात हो रही है. तो आपने एक ऑपरेशन जो कि खेत को ब्लॉक करने का काम था, उसमें जो एक ऑपरेशन है जिसकी मैक्सिमम कैपेसिटी बढ़ाने के लिए आपने कम एफर्ट्स करके एक पर्टिकुलर रिसोर्स का इस्तेमाल करके उसकी एफिशिएंसी, पूरे रिसोर्सेज की एफिशिएंसी बचाते हुए आपने एक प्रॉपर आउटपुट ले लिया. सो मिनिमम इनपुट लेते हुए आपने एक बेटर आउटपुट जनरेट किया. इससे फायदा क्या होगा? इससे आपकी एनर्जी बचेगी, उस एनर्जी का इस्तेमाल आप कहीं और कर सकते हैं. नाउ कमिंग टू व्हाट मनीष सेड इज, लीन प्रोसेसेस का इस्तेमाल करके आप ऑब्वियसली पॉसिबल वेस्टेज से बच सकते हैं, बिकॉज आप जिन मशीन्स का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो, जिन प्रोसेसेस का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो, दे आर हेल्पिंग यू टू रिड्यूस द पॉसिबल एरर्स, पॉसिबल लॉसेस, possible waste. So lean manufacturing or lean operations is a process of engaging or enhancing your maximum levels of effectiveness with minimum number of resources. Rightly said. Right, Satyam. So it is basically the usage of efficient resources to get the work done. Very right. So आपको ये टर्म्स इसलिए पता होने चाहिए कि हम यूज करेंगे इनको. Alright, the next discussion is how this operation management come into picture. How this operation management got evolved over the period of time. I'm taking you to a very, very basic, journey where we witnessed a lot of, enhancement over the period of time. Uh, Let me take you to the recent times when e-commerce comes. Operation management और आज की डेट में जो ऑपरेशंस की फेस है, ऑपरेशन जिस तरह से कंपनीज कर रही हैं, जिस तरह से अपनी डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज कर रही हैं, इट इज मोर ई कॉमर्स ड्रिवन. आप भी ई कॉमर्स का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हो बाय एंड लार्ज. सो मैं आपको नाउ टू देन लेके चलता हूँ, आपका पूरा इवॉल्वमेंट क्लियर हो जाएगा कैसे इवॉल्व हुआ है. 1990s, मिड 1990s में विश्व में सबसे बड़ी जो क्रांति हुई, इंटरनेट क्रांति. As a result of that, in the decade of 2000, most of the companies started converting or transforming themselves from brick and mortar business to e-commerce business, right? And it happened frequently with every company. So there is no company or no industry excluded from this, development. So e-commerce become a change agent. Majority of companies are using internet. The benefits are very well defined. It enhances the communication. It enhances the transportation among the, because transportation is again become internet based, that you can track where is my stock is. So the e-commerce companies or the companies which are doing traditional business become e-commerce, and they take advantage of internet availability for communication exchange and for understanding where is my stock, tracking the stock or docket, and also into integrating management of different functional areas, right? ERPs, enterprise resource planning. So it made their operations globally connected operations. Now the companies are globally, they're using global supply chain. Companies are well linked to each other, right? So technology हम पढ़ेंगे भी अपने 301 में, 301 is all about this. So e-commerce become the recent technology. 2000 is time when the companies are becoming e-commerce based companies, right? Before that, when e-commerce was not there, in 1980s till 2000, which is a era before e-commerce, the companies were stressing upon world-class manufacturing, right? That era is known as world-class manufacturing, where companies are started opting world-class practices. What does it mean? Anyone would like to guess what is world-class? What do you mean by the term world-class? Anyone?
So focusing more on the quality of the product.
Okay. Like for us, Harvard Business School is world-class. If, if somebody is claiming to be a professor of business management, he should, do or deliver the lecture like Harvard professors do, right? Because the world-class institute is Harvard Business School. I'm just quoting an example just to support my argument. Similarly, in India, let me take another domestic example. If you like to be a B school, be like IIM Ahmedabad. So it's a local standard, no? It's a local class that we should follow. But when it comes to world class, we should be a B school like Harvard Business School. We should be like a professor of Harvard Business School. So world class means the standards, rightly said. The standards which are internationally acceptable. Yes, true. Which are internationally acceptable. And we also accepted them. That's why we are following them. So these are the benchmarks or the world-class practices that the very successful companies did and established to the world. And for us as a follower, we should follow the footprints. So during that time, between 1980 till 2000, it was a time when only few companies are able to make the difference, and they considered and called as the companies with the world-class operations, world-class manufacturing. Like, I'm taking an example of Toyota. Toyota is called as a world-class manufacturer during this duration, 1980 and 2000, because the kind of product they are manufacturing, they are more error-free product than any other company, any other counterpart. Their mileage, their the engineering they have developed is very benchmarked, it's very standardized. So anyone who is into automobile manufacturing business, they should be like what Toyota is. So Toyota become a world-class manufacturer, right? So they become a global benchmark that anyone who would like to be an automobile company, they should be like Toyota. Bend it like Beckham. If you want to be a footballer, you should be like Beckham, right? If you want to be a singer, you must be like him. If you want to be a cricketer, you must be like him, Sachin Tendulkar or Brian Lara. So this is something, internationally accepted idealism. So 1980s till 2000 is nothing but making somebody idle and start imitating its functions, start imitating its processes, right? Getting inspired from. So it leads to what? It leads to production, design, and supply. It leads to replication of the same process that Toyota is doing in production in terms of its design, in terms of designing its automobile, and in terms of the way they are doing the supply chain. So it is nothing but putting someone in the center and start copying it, right? So 1980 till 2000 was a time of imitation, copying. Let me take you much before that. There was an era when 1960 and 1980, it was a time of global competition when the technology advancement happened in the name of GIT, just in time. It was a time when statistical processes were just emerged. Companies have started using GIT just in time. They were using, sourcing. Now let me take you to GIT क्या होता है and how it is related with sourcing. Just in time. Any wild guess? Rishabh? Just in time क्या हो सकता है? Rishabh? Just in time. Anyone?
So it is
Sir,
the
it's an
production
inventory
system.
method.
Yeah. Yes, yes. You answer it. Yes, please. Hello, Amit.
Yes, sir, it's an inventory method. Basically, like just in time, as we previously read, inventory management method actually, where we handle the goods and materials or a stock.
Correct. Yeah, Shalini, you like to add something?
Sir, it is the same production system which is followed by Toyota, which is popularly known as JIT or TPS also, Toyota Production System, in which when the customer makes order, then only the production of the then only the company they manufacture the product. They manufacture the product according to the demand of the customer.
Very true. Very true. This is again, both of the talks are related. Yes. Rightly said by Shalini. Just in time is a process developed by Toyota, right? You must know Toyota is a Japanese company, and they give a lot of things to the world, lot of standards to the world, and just in time is among them. So just in time is basically what do whenever demand comes. It will save a lot of things. It will save your time. It will save your inventory cost because you have nothing in your inventory. You only start doing production when the demand comes. It will, also save your working capital also, right? Because there is no inventory, so we don't need any inventory manager to manage it. It will save our cost. It will save our space also because for inventory we need warehouse. So just in time philosophy says that whenever order comes, you start production. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now.
Now, yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, yes. We are actually from last 1-2 days we are struggling with power cut. So let us talk about GIT. GIT is something is a mechanism when we actually start doing production whenever the order comes. So this philosophy says that it can save a lot of resources, right? So like Mahanti said that is a process of inventory. Yes, obviously whenever you have production of goods, then only you will maintain the inventory. So principally in principle you don't have any inventory in place because you have not produced anything in advance. So just in time is something is a philosophy. We start production whenever the order comes. Now my question is how it is related with sourcing. Is it related with sourcing or not? Just in time is clear to all of you. Just in time is a philosophy practically which is impossible, that you don't maintain any inventory, you don't have zero inventory, you have zero inventory. Practically it is impossible, but as a philosophy it is acceptable that it will save with the minimum inventory you can manage the show, right? So whenever order comes you start doing the production. It's like a restaurant that whenever some customer come into a particular table, then only we start doing the kitchen, we'll start doing the production of roti, we have start doing the production of uh, making of the food, right? But you must have something in your refrigerator, some vegetables there, some prepared flour mill is should be there so that you can prepare chapati whenever the order comes. Inventory zero hona to practically impossible hai. Now my question is how it is related with sourcing. Exactly, yes. So whenever some unexpected order comes, we must have suppliers in place because your inventory is virtually zero or minimum, very less. So whenever a big order comes, you must have suppliers in place who can feed the order, who can prepare or help you to prepare. You do partial preparation, you do partial production, and rest of the partial production will be done by your suppliers. So anything which you are not done by you, which is being shared with somebody else, that is called outsourcing, that is called sourcing. So if GIT is there, you have almost zero inventory or less inventory and some big order comes, तो आप खुद नहीं बना पाओगे. In that case you have to engage your suppliers. And suppliers का मतलब क्या है? जो आपको प्रोडक्शन में भी हेल्प कर रहे हैं, ऐसे suppliers जो प्रोडक्शन suppliers. So they are sharing your load of production, and that's how they're doing sourcing to you, right? That's how you can save your inventory cost. Rightly said by that. Rightly said. Yes, you can save your transportation costs also. And this concept, please note it down somewhere. This concept which is done GIT plus outsourcing thing, which is GIT plus sourcing thing, is called as vendor managed inventory, VMI, vendor managed inventory. Vendor will manage the inventory, right? So for making your inventory cost at absolute zero, you are doing GIT, but whenever the big order comes, you share the load of production with your suppliers. So suppliers are now ready with the stock. They're very close to you in terms of logistics. They're very close to you in terms of distance. So whenever some load comes, some order comes, they will share the order fulfillment and they can supply from their production units. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubts on this? Yes. So this phenomena was very popular in 1960s and 1990s, 1980s. And right now also the companies like Honda Motor Corp, Hero Motor Corp and Honda Limited. Honda is a Japanese company. They still use the same concept. If you go to the plant of uh, Hero Motor Corp in Haridwar, you observe the same thing. Hero Motor Corp, normally they maintain a kind of GIT phenomena, but their ancillary matlab outsourcing unit, which is suppliers, which are doing production on your behalf. Their suppliers are in the in the circumference of their own factory. Within the circumference of its factory, you can see that Hero Motor Corp suppliers are there. So whenever some big order of bikes comes from the market, they start doing production for this big order, and most of the production is being fed through outsourcing by the ancillary units or second parties. So this vendor managed inventory phenomenon is fit here. And much before this JIT and sourcing thing is happening, if in 1920 till 1960, we have a concept of demand growth concept where computers are being introduced. You know, CAT CAM kind of things were happening. What initial level, right? Computer aided design was there, computer aided manufacturing was there, partially. Automation होना शुरू हो गया. CNG मशीन तो नहीं बोलूंगा, पर बहुत लोअर लेवल पे ही सही मशीन्स को ऑटोमेट किया जा रहा था, डिजाइन्स को प्रिपेयर किया जाता था कंप्यूटर का इस्तेमाल करके. नॉट इन इंडिया बट इन वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज प्राइमरली. इंडिया में तो बहुत लेट आया. So 1920 till 1960, the growth model was internal production based, that we should strengthen our internal production. And much before that, if you take a span from 1800 till 1920, majority of happening was enhancing the production capacity, production capabilities, its effectiveness. So during the time जब सबसे पहले revolution हुआ, industrial revolution हुआ, फोर्ड मोटर कॉर्प ने प्रोडक्शन शुरू करा टी शेप व्हीकल का, और धीरे धीरे इवेंचुअली साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट का कंसेप्ट आया 1920s आते आते. सो द फोकस और एनी डेवलपमेंट वाज हैपनिंग विद इन द फैक्ट्री. जो ऑपरेशन मैनेजमेंट डेवलप हो रहा था, इवॉल्व हो रहा था, वो फैक्ट्री के अंदर हो रहा था. प्रोसेसेस पे एनहांसमेंट होकर, राइट, मेथड्स का एनहांसमेंट होकर, इकोनॉमी ऑफ स्केल पे प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है ताकि कॉस्ट कम पड़े, right, margins maximize किए जा सके. So things were becoming more factory oriented. Operation was only aligned or focused or what do you call it, restricted to the factory. But 1980s, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, 1980s आते आते वर्ल्ड क्लास मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की बात जब होनी शुरू हुई, तो वी स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट सोर्सिंग, डिजाइंस, प्रोडक्शन, सप्लाई सिस्टम्स. वहां धीरे धीरे करके सप्लाई चेन्स आने शुरू होगा. ये हम एक ग्लोबल कंपनी है, हमारा बिजनेस लोकल नहीं हो सकता है. वी आर द नेटवर्क ऑफ लॉट मेनी ऑफ फैक्ट्रीज एंड लॉट मेनी ऑफ सप्लायर्स with having the coordination with us, so we can provide the better services to the clients, customers. और 2000 आते आते तो चीजें बहुत ज्यादा वेब बेस्ड हो गई और ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन्स को डिफाइन किया गया. सो ये आपको मैं एक पीपीटी बना के भेज दूंगा, ये पूरा चार्ट बना के, सो दैट यू कैन reconnect it. Now from tomorrow, we will start doing the formal classes. The reason being, ये सारी चीजें जो फाउंडेशंस या फंडामेंटल एस्पेक्ट्स हैं we can cover, और जैसे जैसे नए terms आएंगे we will keep discussing because we have lesser time in hand. कई सारी चीजें आपको वैसे भी ऑन हैंड करनी है, कुछ हम वर्चुअल इंडस्ट्रियल टूर करने की कोशिश भी करेंगे. So I will prepare few PPT for you for today's lecture, and by evening also I will share it on your Google Classroom. Any query we like to have for today's discussion so far? Any query from any corner? Yes or no? Okay. So I'm ending today's session, and I will keep posting you. And for tomorrow, I will send you the advanced, documents to be read it, advanced PPT and reading material also, so that for tomorrow we will be much prepared. And from tomorrow, I will start doing the formal classes. Right? Thank you so much. Thanks for being here for today. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
मनीष 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 अबे सुन.
हाँ बोल.
अबे कहाँ सुन.
बोल.
हेलो. अबे हम दोनों ही है ना बस अब.
अभी
हैं. अबे हम दोनों ही है और भी हैं.